Hi, good morning, one and all. Today we can discuss about a very important topic in evolution, that is origin and study regarding to the human evolution. See, compulsory one question they can ask from the human evolution topic. It is very important. Here, in human evolution, basically the origin and human evolution is not occurring linear manner. Not occurring linear manner. It means it is not occurring in a straight line manner. Straight line manner. Here, our primates. Here, primates or primates indicates they having a monkeys, apes, gorillas and mans is under the group of the primates. Here the primates having a animals. These animals are distantly related to hominoids and closely related to hominids, very closely related to homos. That's why primates are distantly related to the hominoids, closely related to the hominids, very closely related to the homos. Now around 15 million years ago, certain human life is arises, that is hominoids. In these hominoids includes Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus. Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus is under the hominoids. Here this Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus, they appear like a gorilla like appearance. Here the forelimbs and hind limbs is both are equal, but here the Dryopithecus more look like apes, like a gorillas, and Ramapithecus more look like a man like appearance. That's why gorilla like appearance is more with the Dryopithecus, man like appearance is with the Ramapithecus. Now we can discuss about what are hominoids, that is distantly related, and here the closely related one. Few fossils is available. That fossils is a bones. This bones is look like man like bones. It is discovered in the Ethiopia and Tanzania. Ethiopia and Tanzania is in East Africa region. The total height is approximately 4 feet in height, and these are hominids. That is the closely related to the primates. Later, about 2 million years ago, Australopithecus, they can live in the East Africa grasslands. First, what we can said, 15 million years ago, Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus, and then few fossils is available. It is under the hominids. Now around 2 million years ago, Australopithecus, they can live in the East Africa grasslands. Later, here the differentiation between Australopithecus and here Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus. Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus, the body having a more hair-like appearance characters is seen. Now, the first human-like, that person is called as a Homo habilis. Homo habilis. Around this one also 2 million years ago, this Homo habilis man is also called as a handyman. Why? Because first time tools is prepared from the Homo habilis. First time tools is manufactured from the Homo habilis. By the using of these tools, it can go for hunting and probably it can eat fruits. It can eat fruit. He not able to eat the flesh. And then the cranial capacity of the Homo habilis is the 650 to 800 cc. Cc indicates the cranial capacity. Cranial capacity, ES is very important one. First one what I said, Ramapithecus, Dryopithecus. First Dryopithecus. Another one Ramapithecus. Third one is the Australopithecus. And the fourth one, from the questions are very important one. Here he did not eat the flesh, it can eat only the fruits, and it was also called as a handyman. Why it is called as a handyman? He can first making the tools, and this first human like that person is called as a Homo habilis. That person around they can present in the 2 million years ago. This person also they can live in the East Africa region. After Homo habilis, around 1.5 million years ago, Homo erectus. Homo erectus is also called as a Java man, or also called as a Peking man. Why this person is called as a Java man means the fossils are available in the Java region in Indonesia. Now, the cranial capacity of Homo erectus is 900 cc. Homo habilis is 650 to 800 cc, and here 900 cc. And very important one, for Homo habilis, the face is small face and teeth also small teeth is present. And for Homo erectus also indicates the fireman. First, he can make a fire. That person is called as a Homo erectus. That's why Homo erectus person is also indicates the fireman. And he can eat flesh. And then the first person who can leave the Africa is the Homo erectus. That's why Homo erectus person first it can leave the Africa and enter into the Asia region. That's why the first human life is started in the Africa region. Later it will be moved to Asia region. That is the Eastern Asia region. Now later the next one around 1 lakh years to the 40,000 years. At the time, the human evolution they having a neon depth lenses. Here very important one. For neon depth lenses, the cranial capacity is the 400 cc. Now modern humans and with the neo depth lenses, for neo depth lenses persons, the cranial capacity 5 to 10% extra compared to the modern Homo sapiens. And then the first time the body is covered with certain things and with leaves is learned from the Neanderthalenses. That's why body is covered. That character is learned from where? Neanderthalenses persons. And the person who are died, that is buried in the soil, that character also learned from the Neanderthalenses. And then later Ice Age man, they can live in the 75,000 years. Around the 75,000 years, Ice Age mans are lived. Later, the modern Homo sapiens. Modern Homo sapiens. The modern Homo sapiens, it will be indicates the Cro-Magnon man. Cro-Magnon man. From the Cro-Magnon man, around 18,000 years, they can notice the కేవ్ డ్వెల్ పెయింటింగ్స్, గుహలో పెయింటింగ్ వేసుకోవడం ఎవరి నుంచి నేర్చుకున్నామంటే క్రో-మాగ్నమ్ మ్యాన్స్. దట్ విల్ బి అరైవ్డ్ ఇన్ విచ్ ఇయర్స్ 18,000 years ago. Later, for learning of agriculture, it is started around 10,000 years ago. 10,000 years ago. First, what we said, from Homo habilis is called as a handyman. He can eat only the fruits and he not able to eat the flesh. And if you go for Homo erectus, he can eat flesh, and this the person can leave the Africa and enter into the Asia region. Later, Neanderthals, మన బాడీ కవర్ చేసుకోవడం కానీ చనిపోయినప్పుడు బాడీని బూడ్చిపెట్టడం కానీ ఎవరి నుంచి నేర్చుకున్నాము? నియోడెర్టలెన్సెస్ మ్యాన్స్. లేటర్ హియర్ ఫ్రమ్ ఐస్ ఏజ్ మ్యాన్స్ టు ద Cro-Magnon mans, they can move to the Asia region to the Europe region. Then it can be shared the different races. Shares the different races means first the person is present in the Africa to the Asia to the Europe. From there it will go for the distinct races. It means the person will be undergoes migrated to the different areas. Due to that climatical condition, that persons will be survive and they can producing a offsprings. Based upon their climatical condition, the phenotypical characters is also changes. Then here first we can go for the cranial capacity. 650 to 800 cranial capacity is what? That is Homo habilis. 900 is the Homo erectus. 1400 is the Neanderthalensis. And very important one, Cro-Magnon mans, the cranial capacity is the 1600 cc. 1600 cc is the cranial capacity. That's why the large cranial capacity can be seen in the Cro-Magnon mans present. We are the Homo sapiens. The Homo sapiens, the cranial capacity is approximately 1350. That is 1350 is the cranial capacity. That's why మన యొక్క పూర్వీకులకి, that is indicates the Cro-Magnon mans, they having a more cranial capacity, that is the 1600 cc. That's why compared to us, what is the present generation, in previous ancestors they are the more intelligent. That's why now we can call they are called as a gods. And then if you observe here, very important one of the character, unique character, that is a Neanderthalensis. They having a large brow ridges. This is called as a brow ridges. These brow ridges are enlarged one, and face is somewhat protruded. It means a small face is present, and they having a large nose. Large nose is the characteristics of the Neanderthalensis, and they having a large brow ridges are present.